Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel where I share tips and insights to help you navigate the U.S. immigration process. Today, I'm going to be talking about requests for evidence, also known as RFEs. So, if you've ever filed an application with USCIS, then you might have heard about RFEs. And trust me, you want to avoid them if you can. And why do you want to do this, right? Because getting an RFE means that your case could face delays, and nobody wants that, right? No one wants their case to be processing forever. So I want to talk about 5 things that you need to know in order to prevent RFEs and what you can do if you do in fact get one. So tip number 1, you want to read the form instructions carefully. So USCIS, they provide detailed instructions with every application form, outlining exactly what documents you need to include with your application. Now, most forms also come with an optional checklist to help you stay organized when you're filing your petition. So while these checklists aren't required, they're super helpful in making sure that your application is complete. So you want to follow the instructions. And by doing this, you're going to find out that you are going to save yourself from a lot of headache later. Tip number 2, if a medical form is required for your application, make sure to include this. Now, this form is called the Form I-693. It's the Immigration Medical Examination and Vaccination Record Form. Um, and I want you to know that if the civil surgeon signs your I-693 on or after November 1st of 2023, then it doesn't expire, which is great news, right? I did a video about this recently. But if it was signed before that date, then it's only valid for 2 years. All right. Failing to include this form when it's required will delay your case. So I want you to double check, make sure that it's in your application packet. And as recently as December of 2024, USCIS is actually requiring that you submit your medical forms if you're applying for adjustment of status. Okay, so you don't want to have your case rejected. You want to make sure that you're including your I-693 medical forms. Tip number 3, if you're submitting any documents in a foreign language, you must include a full English translation. And you want to remember that the translation has to come with a certification from the translator. This certification must confirm that the translation is accurate and the translator is competent in both languages. So if you miss this step, which is a common mistake that does happen, this could lead to an RFE. So you want to make sure that you are thorough. Tip number 4, if you do receive an RFE, you want to respond as soon as possible. All right. You don't need to wait until the deadline to send your response. The faster you provide the requested information, the faster USCIS can move forward with your case. So don't let your RFE sit on your to-do list. You want to make sure that you handle it promptly to avoid any unnecessary delays. And finally, tip number 5, you want to follow the instructions on the RFE carefully when you're submitting your response. So the RFE is going to tell you whether to submit the additional documentation by mail or electronically through the USCIS online account. Now, most people prefer to submit the documentation through the electronic option, which is faster. If you do go this route, you can scan the documents using your phone. You can upload it directly to your account. So a lot of people like this option. So here's another tip that I want to provide. If you upload the documents electronically, you don't need to mail them in as well, right? So this is going to be helpful because you'll save time and money. But I do know that there's some people who prefer to mail it in and then be able to track their mail and so forth. Okay, so I just want to recap. Avoiding RFE starts with submitting a complete and accurate application. That's the first step. You want to make sure that your application is as complete and accurate as can be. And if you do get an RFE, you also don't want to panic, right? Don't worry, it does not mean that your case is going to be denied. You just want to make sure that you respond quickly and you follow all the instructions. Okay, so I hope these tips help you stay on track and also help you avoid delays in your immigration process. If you have any questions about RFEs or maybe any other immigration matter, you can feel free to drop those concerns in a comment below, or you can contact my office directly. Again, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and you can hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future updates. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.